Everybody keeping up so far? For the purpose of learning, I shall translate. First of all, acknowledging that good spirit within each and every one of you. I can turn it up if you need me to. Again, acknowledging that good spirit within each and every one of you. Thanking our Creator for bringing us together on this beautiful evening. Thanking for the feast that we shared. Chioxton is who I am. Translated through the Squamish language, Chia is the laws of our people, the protocols that our people follow. Sten is representative of a man. Tanat is representative of a lady. And so basically we call me the lawman, the sheriff of our nation. It's my duties within our longhouse to sit around and watch the ceremonies take place, making sure that everything is followed accordingly. We introduced ourselves to all the people. The song that came from one of our ladies, one of our sanas from a place called Nahanee. Today it's known as Brockton Point. Sequoia lived in this area not too long ago, and during times of contact she wanted to keep the ancient spirituality alive with her people. So she moved away from that immediate village because that was the first village that was being introduced to the newcomer. I say, Hoicha Fat Punitum. Some people may know this word, Punitum, but they might not know it in the proper way. Punitum in our language to a lot of our people means white person. In actuality, Punitum means hungry one. Hungry one is what Punitum is. And this is the way our people thought of the newcomers when they first came into the territory. We do not claim ownership to this land. We claim to look after it the best we can. And that's why we raise our hands to each and every one of you that come forward to try and help look after the land in a good way by starting new resources of growing foods locally, of sharing Slahash and feast like we have here today. So in honor of that, I want to share a feast song as well as a few more words after the feast song. sharing with me a voice to be able to share who we are as Squamish Native, who we are as Squamish people. Also like to take this time to thank architects for their beautiful buildings they do. The acoustics are nice in here. If anybody has a low voice in here, my name is not Mike, so don't come to me and ask me to speak for that loud voice. My name is Wes. My driver's license, my identity number come out as Wes. My actual name is Geoxtic through the Squamish people. At this time I also introduce myself as Kaimana. Kaimana comes from my Hawaiian blood. My cousin Cis asked me to help identify some of this. Back not too long ago, there was contact made. There was a little village put up at the foot of Denman called Kanaka Ranch. Kanaka Ranch was where some Hawaiians came in. They started working within the forts up and down the river, Fort Vancouver, as well as there was a boatload dropped off down in the Salt Spring Islands. Some of the Hawaiians had fallen in love with our beautiful Squamish ladies, as you can see. We have beautiful Squamish ladies. Some of the Hawaiian men fell in love with them and ended up staying within this territory. So that gives us the Hawaiian identity as well as our Squamish identity. So, Kaimana, Chi'ox. If you want to find me on Facebook, West Nahanee. Not that I'm on there a lot. But I raised my hands to my cousin, daughter, and all the ones that put this together. The cook, raising my hands to the cook back there.
Mark is over here, actually.
The cook, there he is. I forgot to say, if some of you are still eating, continue eating. Because a lot of times when people get up and they speak, a lot of times people stop eating. One of our teachings within the Squamish people is we eat while we listen, because we eat those words and we take them in the inside so that they may grow and continue on. Our families have always been oral traditionists, sharing the different stories up and down the coast. Myself, I not only travel within Squamish territory, but I also travel where our canoes travel, making my way up north towards Alaska, down south towards the Columbia River. Spending many times with many elders, sitting down, talking to them, learning the history of the coast, of not only the Coast Salish people, but the Nechano, the Haida, Tsimshian, ones down south, Columbia River, learning all these different stories, because these stories have always traveled around, being an oral tradition. These stories we call witnesses. It's called utsam. Utsam is to witness, and I ask that each of you witnesses tonight what's taking place here on this floor. Back in the days when we had utsam, we'd have a ceremony like this. We would call the witnesses from the four directions. This was before telegraph, before telephone. You know, you'd tell four different natives what you were doing in your ceremony. They in turn would take this into the four directions, like I believe we're going to do here, but with many more directions to cover. So I raise my hands to you for your heart and your ears and your concern on what's taking place on this floor. I'd like to share 50 more songs now, but we don't have time if we do. In our longhouses, we try to share who we are as Squamish people. And within our longhouses, if we were to have a feast here, my cousin would have the floor because she's helping put up the feast. My cousin would be able to lock the door, but nowadays legally you can't do that. Otherwise we might keep you here for a few days. Just trying to share and find out who you are as human beings. what we call it.
I thought I'd come and hang out with you.
What's the thing?
Wait,
But I prefer to call everybody Stomo. And I raise my hand to you. Stomo within our language is human being. And that's what we call ourselves when we're talking to each other, is Stomo. Human beings. And once again, Unitum, or another word, politely, does not mean white person or a person of a different race. What it means is the hungry ones. And we don't believe that it means, hungry to eat food, but hungry for knowledge. So this is why I share these words with you. One final word that I want to share that you could all take home if you say it properly is mukhia. Mukhia.
Mukhia.
This young lady is not saying it.
Nokia.
Mukhia. Mukhia is one of the most powerful words in our language. And you see by her smile there, you think something crazy is going on. It's an octopus got that silly grin on her face. But mukhia translated is belly button. And we like the little giggles, we like the laughs when we share our stories, because when we make you laugh, we make you remember who we are and what we did. Mukhia is a very strong word because it's our connection to our ancestors. It's a connection that's going to continue on, and that's where we need to pass all these ideals, all this media work, pass it on to the next generation so they can continue on.